Washington, the capital of the most powerful country in the world. A city where decisions are made that change the fates of millions. And right here, just steps away from the White House, Islam Makhachev will face the one man who can actually stop him. Ilia Topuria, an undefeated fighter, a knockout artist unlike anything the UFC has ever seen, and the biggest challenge of the Dagestani champion's career. First, we need to understand who Topuria really is. Not just another contender, not just another next big thing. When the Georgian came to featherweight, he knocked out Max Holloway, then Volkanovski, the two best fighters in the division, back to back. And then he did something that shocked everyone. He moved up to 155 pounds and knocked out Charles Oliveira in his very first fight at lightweight. A man who survived the most brutal shots in UFC history, who came back from the edge of defeat dozens of times. He didn't get up. That's why this fight is not a formality for Islam. This is a real danger. Alexander Volkanovski, the only man on the planet who has fought both of them, said it straight. If Topuria traps his opponent, gets him where he doesn't want to be, and lands that big shot, it's game over. He can knock out anyone, even in the lightweight division. But then Volkanovski added the most important part. If the fight goes 25 minutes, everything favors Islam. That right there is the essence of this matchup. Now let's talk about Islam, a student of Khabib Nurmagomedov, lightweight champion, a machine that no one has ever stopped. If Topuria is one lethal punch, Islam is an entire system of destruction. Clinch, takedown, ground control. He never lets his opponents stand where they're comfortable. He drags the fight into his territory and keeps it there until the end. Belal Muhammad, a champion, Islam's teammate, a man who sees him in the gym every single day, said without hesitation, Topuria is not a challenge for Islam. He finishes him in the second round. I just see Islam dominating all these guys. And these aren't empty words from a teammate. Islam did this to everyone, to Poirier, to Oliveira, to Zarukian. The system works, and no one has found an answer yet. Now the most important part, what happens inside the cage? The key question of this fight is simple. Can Islam avoid that punch in the early rounds? Because Topuria is not Poirier, not Gaethje, not Oliveira. He won't swing wild and leave himself open. He will wait for your mistake. Just one. That's all he needs. Hands up, cold eyes, patient. And the moment you open up for even a second, 1, 2, 3, it's over. The first 2 rounds are the most dangerous moment for Islam. This is when Topuria is at his sharpest. This is when he's finished every single opponent he's ever faced. But if Islam survives, that stretch the whole picture changes completely. His grappling, his cardio, and his tactical intelligence over the long distance have no equal. Topuria on the ground against Islam is terra incognita. We've never seen it. And that is exactly where Makhachev is the absolute king. There's one more factor that almost nobody is talking about. Topuria hinted that if he beats Islam, he might retire from the sport. He said, given the sacrifices I'll have to make, and what this challenge truly is, if I pulled it off, it would probably be a good idea to not do this anymore. A fighter who sees this fight as his ultimate goal is always the most dangerous man in the room. He's not thinking about the next contract. He's not thinking about a rematch. Just this fight. This moment, this one punch. Islam knows that, and that's exactly why he's preparing differently this time. The prediction. Rounds 1 and 2 on a knife's edge. Topuria hunting for his moment, Islam managing distance, avoiding exchanges, looking for the clinch entry. If Islam survives those rounds, the fight is his, completely and without question. The grappling will suffocate any danger. The ground game will do the rest. If not knockout, clean, surgical, exactly like every Topuria finish we've ever seen. My prediction, Islam Makhachev, decision or finish in rounds 4 or 5. Not because Topuria is weak, but because Islam's system has never broken down. And Washington is not the place where it breaks down for the first time. Washington will either witness the man who stopped the most dangerous knockout artist of this generation, or the beginning of the end of the greatest dynasty in UFC lightweight history. Islam Makhachev is walking into the hardest fight of his life. The only question is, does he know it as well as we do? Fight Unity. Subscribe to the channel. You can support us on Ko-fi or with crypto link in the description and pinned comment. Every bit of support helps us make more content like this. Thanks for being here.